No, we don't. He did what he's trained to do. And I might say, and I don't mean to be, and it is difficult. It's a slippery slope, and I know it sounds insensitive, but the men and women of this organization are professionals, and they have families. And as a law enforcement leader, you got to do what's in the best interest of them. And I understand that he's got a family, and his father did make a statement, and his father did say our deputy did what any officer would do, facing a gun. And I appreciate that statement. It's one of the most honest statements that I've heard in a long, long time, and it's probably a very tough statement for that father to say that because he lost his son. And maybe that's the beginning of the turnaround of the dialogue. And I feel for him, I do, and I know it's a tough statement. And but it is appropriate, in light of that video. It is appropriate. So anyway, we had a murder last night as well, and we were able to make an arrest in that particular case. That murder occurred at 313 Lafitte Street in Bridge City. Our officers located the body of a black male lying on the living room floor at that address, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. The victim in that case is identified as Darnell Washington, black male, 24, of that address. We located a number of witnesses, including one by the name of Bernard Williams, black male, 30, who was the initial caller to 911 and began to tell us a story. He changed his story several times, and in the end, we ended up arresting Bernard Williams for the murder, and we booked him with one count of second-degree murder along with possession of marijuana. We haven't really been able to establish the motive in this particular case at this time, but we do believe that Bernard Williams was the shooter and responsible, obviously, for the murder of Darnell Washington. Also, yesterday, we had been working a case that started in the early part of this month. Narcotics detective Brett LeBlanc had developed information on an Hispanic male who was transporting a large quantity of cocaine from Houston, Texas. And on July 25th, Detective LeBlanc learned that the suspect was going to be in our area. He's identified as Javon Barron, Hispanic male, 26, and that he would be traveling in this area. We actually were able to locate him and stop him, and we were able to seize approximately 10 to 14 kilos of cocaine. It was great work. We happened to be working this case with the assistance of both the DEA and the FBI. They helped initiate surveillance along the I-10 corridor in Jefferson Parish, and we were able to identify his vehicle, a 2011 Kia Sorento. We were able to take him down. He was traveling with Mendez, Hispanic male, 28, and when we removed them, we discovered the 14 keys of coke along with $448,000 in cash. Both suspects were placed under arrest and booked into our jail. That kind of gives you the flavor of the life and times of a JPSO deputy in a short period of time. And as I said, we continue to work the lamplighter case and many other cases. So anybody has any questions of the two other cases? We are working some information that we've been able to ascertain, and we'll have something to report hopefully shortly. This gun is from the shooting. This is the gun that Martes had. And these are the rounds of ammunition that were actually in the clip and in the chamber of the gun. This is the cocaine from that case. This was found. This is weed that was found in his person, Martes' person, last evening.
What are the other things that were inside of the bag?
This is a pill, and this is a blunt in this bag here.
Sheriff, you mentioned the trip to Grand Island.
The Grand Ole Tarpon Rodeo, we had the council meeting down there today. Tomorrow starts the rodeo. As you know, we have a large contingent that goes down for the rodeo. And so myself and a number of council members flew down for the council meeting today, and we just returned. And the rodeo starts tomorrow, and we'll go through Saturday. Yes, we've actually been able to reduce the number of folks that we have down there. Chief Landry has been successful in hiring some additional officers, which is, he's been able to accomplish a lot more in a very short period of time, a lot more than I thought he would be able to accomplish. I mean, in fact, he and I spent a little time this morning talking about some of the advances that they've been able to make within the department. We have spent a lot of time with his folks talking about, evidence retention, the evidence protocols, chain of custody. We've done a lot of work on the radio side, laptop computers, development of laptop reports, things of that nature, and they've made significant strides in that regard. And we've done some other stuff, and we're planning some training for the officers as well. And so we're now, we'll be sliding back to 2 officers next week. We were at 6, I believe. So that's, a good thing for us and a really good thing for them. I want to thank the Grand Isle officials for publicly thanking the men and women of the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office for the work down there. And so many of the residents individually thanked me this morning at the council meeting for our presence down there. They really did appreciate and do appreciate the work that we did. And it was nice to hear, from them and their appreciation. We will continue to provide the assistance that they need for as long as they need it. I think we have a much better working relationship with the new chief. He's committed to keep a very open and relationship, and looks to us as well as the Lafourche Parish Sheriff's Office and other surrounding police departments for assistance down there. We all kind of work as a team, St. Charles Parish Sheriff's Office as well, because the island is kind of, as you well know, very remote. They're actually closer to Lafourche than they are to us. So we all have kind of come together collaboratively to help the island, and I think it's a very good thing.
Sheriff and Lamplighter, from what I understand, a patron fired a shot at the subject.
We're not really going to comment of anything on Lamplighter at this point in time for a number of reasons, but we'll have more to report shortly.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Thank you all.
If you want to get some close up to some of this, you can come up here. Just don't touch the fire, please.